Hello students, in today's lecture we will discuss about the carbon dioxide gas and global warming. So what is the relation between these two things? So first we discuss about the carbon dioxide gas and how it is responsible for global warming, means how it is responsible for increase in the temperature of the earth. So when sun radiations are coming to the earth, so there is a layer of carbon dioxide gas between sun and earth. So the radiations coming from the sun to the earth, they are high energetic radiations, means the wavelength of these radiations is short. Short wavelength means high energy. So these radiations coming from the sun are short wavelength radiations, means high energetic radiations, and these radiations are capable to penetrate the layer of carbon dioxide. But when these radiations strike to the surface of the earth, so surface of the earth absorbs some amount of energy, and there is a lot of water on the earth's surface, so it also absorbs the energy of these radiations, and the remaining radiations are reflected back. But the energy of remaining radiations is less, means wavelength of these radiations is higher. So these higher wavelength radiations are not capable to cross the layer of the carbon dioxide, or we can say these long wave radiations are not capable to penetrate the layer of carbon dioxide. So this is like one way of radiation. For the radiations, only radiations come from the sun, but they do not reflect back. So this is the reason why the carbon dioxide gas is responsible for increasing the temperature of the globe, that is global warming. So this CO2 is responsible for global warming. So CO2 is also used for the photosynthesis process of the plants. Plants need carbon dioxide to prepare their food. So this process also involves the use of light, means photons. So this light is used or taken up by the green plants for the photosynthesis process, in which the carbon dioxide gas is converted into the oxygen. So this light is also used up by the green plants. So this concept is also called greenhouse concept, or this is also used for greenhouse farming, means the places where the temperature is very low, and photosynthesis process requires light, carbon dioxide and heat also. So when the temperature is very low, photosynthesis process does not occur properly. So in the greenhouse forming, we cover a certain area with glass, which permits the sunlight and heat both, and it does not permit to reflect these radiations. So this is the one way for light as well as heat. So this heat and light is used for the green plants which are grown under this covered area, and they do the photosynthesis process and they grow up easily. So this concept is used for greenhouse farming. So this is used in the places where the temperature is very low. So this concept comes from greenhouse gas, that is CO2. Why carbon dioxide continuously increasing in our atmosphere? What is the reason for this? So first one reason is the deforestation. We continuously cutting the trees. So what trees do? They consume the carbon dioxide present in our atmosphere, and they convert this carbon dioxide into the oxygen, and also they prepare their own food, and they also prepare food for us. So deforestation is the major reason for the increased level of carbon dioxide. Next one is wood burning. After deforestation, we collect the wood and we use this wood for different purposes, because this wood gives energy upon burning. So burning process also emit the carbon dioxide. Next one is the mining of coal. So during the mining of coal, we use various type of fuels like dynamite, etc. So there is also involvement of emission of carbon dioxide during mining process, and after mining process there is a process of processing of concentration of coal. So concentration of coal involve various steps. These steps also require some energy, so they also emit some amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And after processing, there is a step of transportation of different varieties of coals. So transportation also involves fuel, means there is a combustion of fuel, different types of fuel, petrol, diesel, etc. So they also emits the carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Next one is the urbanization. Burning of fuel, coal, petroleum gas, etc. There is also involvement of different processes in agriculture industry also, which generate the carbon dioxide, and nuclear test. So during these tests, there is a release of huge amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So these are the some regions or causes which are responsible for increase in the level of carbon dioxide in our environment. So this is some data about the total amount of carbon dioxide present in our atmosphere. It is global data. So it is 330 ppm in 1970, 350 ppm in 1990, 370 ppm in 2000, and 390 ppm in 2010, and recently it is about 450 ppm concentration of carbon dioxide. It is the global concentration of carbon dioxide in ppm. So these are the different levels of increase of CO2: local level, regional level, and global level. Local level means in a given specific area, like in a given a particular industry, how much CO2 is releasing. And regional means in a given area where there are large number of industries. So in this area, how much amount of CO2 is released. So this is about the different levels of increase in the carbon dioxide. Now, impact of CO2 in the atmosphere. So there are two types of impact: positive impact and negative impact. So in the case of positive impact, means plants need carbon dioxide to prepare their own food. So in the presence of excess amount of carbon dioxide, plants grow very well and they produce very good quality of fruits when they exposed in the high concentration of carbon dioxide. So this is the positive effect of carbon dioxide, means it enhances the photosynthesis process in the plants. So it has been observed in many areas. There is also some output of the research which clearly indicates that the places where the concentration of carbon dioxide is much more higher, in that places there is a good growth of plants, and these plants produce very high quality products. So it is the global research which indicates that the higher concentration of carbon dioxide is responsible for producing good quality of agriculture or forest products. Now, negative impact. Negative impact is the global warming. So this gas is responsible for increase in the global temperature. So there is also positive effect in this negative term, that is in the global warming, that in the in the polar regions. Suppose this is the earth, these are the polar regions, this is equator. So in the polar region there is a very low temperature, because in the polar region the distance between sun and polar region polar region of the earth is more. So sun rays have to travel more distance to reach the polar region. So they are having less amount of energy. So there is a very cold atmosphere in the polar region. Maximum water is present in the form of glaciers. When global warming occurs, these glaciers melt and the earth is continuously spinning on its axis. So there is a centrifugal forces. Due to this force, the molten ice, means water, comes at the equator region. So at this region there is a increase in the sea level, water level in the sea, but at the same time at the polar region, due to melting of glaciers or melting of ice, there is a opening of soil. So we can use this soil or this land for the agriculture purpose. So this is the positive effect of global warming on the polar region. In these regions there is a opening of surface of land due to melting of ice, but at the same time this is also responsible for increasing the sea level. So sea level is continuously increasing, which is due to the effect of global warming, in which carbon dioxide plays important role. Now, remedies for or to control the increase in the carbon dioxide level. First one is Kyoto Protocol. It was held in Japan in 1997. In this protocol, they fix the quota of carbon emission per country. They fix how much carbon emission is permitted for a given for a particular country. And second one is UNEP. Third one is World Climate Change. Fourth, plantation. And fifth one is carbon sinking. So carbon sinking is very important. Carbon sinking means absorption of carbon dioxide. So it is done by the plants, because plants do the photosynthesis, they absorb the carbon. So plantation and carbon sinking both are the almost same thing. More plantation means more carbon sinking, means there is a absorption of atmospheric carbon dioxide by the plant, and they convert it in the different forms like glucose, fructose, cellulose, etc. And finally they give oxygen for us. So these are the different remedies to control the increased level of CO2. Thank you.